What's happening, entrepreneur? Let's get into it. Dreams are delusional. Now you can substitute goals for dreams. But a lot of times people think, men and women, that I could just conjure up this dream on Monday and it bet not materialize by Wednesday. That's that microwave thinking that we've been accustomed to. But you got to understand, man, that dreams do not work that way. Dreams don't happen that fast. In most cases, when you dream at night and you wake up, do you remember your dream in totality? Most times you don't even remember it. You might, if it scares you half to death, you'll remember it, but you're not going to remember all of it. You're just going to remember the part that scared the living daylights out of you, right? Dreams, when we are awake, it's nearly impossible for those dreams to manifest in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Dreams take time. So don't let anyone convince you or get you to think that you set an intention or you set a goal or you set a dream, even if you put it on your vision board, which I'll talk about in a minute, that is going to take place in no time flat, in the blinking of an eye, as quickly as you can snap your fingers. Dreams don't manifest like that. Dreams do take time. I'll give you an example. I have a friend, and he was at a weight that he had never been at before. I'm talking about physical weight. He weighed a lot of pounds, and he wasn't used to that number. It disturbed his peace. And he said, man, I got to do something about this. And so he would go to the gym 5 days a week. And he walked and walked and walked and walked to the point where the regulars in the gym, some of those people were in their 60s and 70s and early 80s. Some people was in their 40s, men and women of all ages. But a lot of the men, he would tell me, would say, hey, man, I'm proud of you, man. Hey, man, I see what you're doing, man. Hey, keep at it, man. You're doing your thing, man. Hey, man, you putting me to shame. And I've been coming to this gym for the last 10 years, and I don't walk like you walk. And so that was giving him exterior encouragement. Like, he already had it within him, but the words from the other men and some of the women, those things were outside encouragement, outside motivators. And he was doing it and doing it and doing it, walking, and then he would get on the weights, walk and get on the weights, Monday through Friday. And he said, man, I would be dead, gone. I would be exhausted when I came back from the gym. He said I would have to come home and take a nap, a 2, 3, 4 hour nap, because I would be so gone. Because I wanted to go from where I was. And he said he was at 304 pounds. He said, I can't stay at 304. 304 is going to kill me. 304 is going to kill me dead. I got to get down to this weight. And he had this expectation that I go to the gym, because that's what people who want to lose weight do. They go to the gym. And people who want to lose weight, they change up their routine. He changed up his routine. Instead of being sedentary and eating potato chips and sauce meat and pork rinds. Now, he don't smoke and he don't drink, but his eating, instead of eating Wendy's, instead of eating them chicken nuggets and those double cheeseburgers and eating on the $5 menu, instead of going to McDonald's, instead of going to Burger King, instead of going to Dairy Queen, instead of going to all those places that got nothing but fatty foods, he said, I'm going to cut those things out and I'm going to go hard in the paint to lose this weight, because I'm only in my early 50s and I don't want to croak. I don't want to be dead. I want to keep on living. I got time. I got a granddaughter now, and I got a grandson, and I got my daughters, and I got my wife. Hey, I got a lot to live for. I'm making money now while I'm asleep. I don't want to just die, get it, right? Get the American dream or get the thing that I work for, but then I can't enjoy it because my health is bad. And I've let bad habits set in and take over. So he started going to the gym, and he did it consistently and regularly. He was on a routine, AM, PM routine, doing what he do. Then he went to the doctor, and his diabetes, them numbers didn't go down. He went to the other doctor about his high blood pressure. Then numbers then go down. And then he was consistently weighing himself. And after a while, the weight stopped coming off. So his diabetes numbers still the same, but he's going harder and harder and harder, walking and lifting and moderation. But them diabetic numbers wasn't budging. High blood pressure numbers still the same. And then when the weight wasn't coming off no more, you mean I ain't dropping no more pounds? Matter of fact, one day I think he told me he gained like 3 pounds. And he said, F that, man. This ain't worth it. I ain't going back to no gym. I'm torturing myself. I'm dead tired. I'm exhausted. I don't want to do nothing. I got to take a nap. I could be doing something else, man, that's more worthwhile. But in reality, nothing else was more worthwhile than his health, because for the most part, his life was going in the right direction, except his health. He told me that his expectation was off, and it was, and that's why I'm sharing this story with you. He thought that losing weight was a straight line. He was delusional. It's not a straight line. And I've heard that a lot of people who are trying to exercise off the pounds, they may have a big weight drop. They may lose 18 pounds in that first 3 weeks. Then they start losing incrementally smaller, 2 pounds, 1.5 pounds, 1 pound, a half a pound, 0, 0, 0. And you know what most people do? They quit. They throw in the towel. They start saying things to themselves that the enemy of their faith, the enemy of their goal, the enemy of their destiny wants them to say. Or who did I think I was to lose weight? My whole family big boned. I'm just a big dude. I'm never going to be the type of weight that's on those charts. I'm wasting my time going to this gym. Going to the gym it ain't all that. Man, forget that, man. I'll just do something else, man. I'm going to keep eating my chips. If I can't lose the weight, if my blood pressure is still the same, if my diabetic numbers are still the same, what am I doing? I'm not going to kill myself. What I'm not going to do is die walking all them laps in the gym. What I'm not going to do is die on the treadmill. What I'm not going to do is die in the middle and try to lift 200 pounds of steel weights. I'd rather go out another way. Delusion. To think that you can lose that much weight and it be a straight line. No. The delusion is thinking that it's going to be easy. The delusion is thinking that it's not going to take time. See, he didn't gain 80 pounds in 1 month. It took him 9 to 15 months to put on 80 pounds. So it's delusional for any man, any woman to think that if it took me, for some of you all, your high school weight was 175 pounds if you're a guy. Now you're 33. You've been out of high school a minute. And you weigh 297. You went from 175 to 297. That's over 100 pounds. You didn't gain 100 pounds in 18 days. You didn't gain that much weight in 60 days. You are 30. You are far removed from high school. It took you years to put on that weight. So the delusion is to think it's only going to take me 3 months to lose 115 pounds without a surgery. The goal of the enemy is to kill your desire, to steal, to take away, to forfeit what you are working on, to destroy your level of motivation and the intensity in which you do it. You don't want to go hard in the paint anymore because the enemy is telling you things that are not true. Who do you think you were to lose weight? You big boned. Who do you think you are to get the woman of your dreams? You're a beta male. You're a gamma male. You're an omega male. You're a delta male. You're too quiet. You're too skinny. You're too fat. You're too dark. You're too light. You don't have a degree, or you got 18 degrees and nobody wants a brainiac. You're too nerdy, or you're too slick. You don't talk enough. You talk too much. Those are all schemes and tricks of the enemy. But the thing about it is God is not telling you that. Has God ever told you you're too big? God ain't never said that to nobody. I can't recollect in the word of God or anybody that I know on this planet who talks with God and communes with God that they ever said to them, that God ever said to them, hey man, I'm not going to bless you and I'm not going to rock with you and I'm not going to protect you and I'm not going to keep you from hurt, harm, and danger because you're overweight or you're too small or your lips are too thick or you got freckles or you got red hair, or you got gray eyes, you got blue eyes, you got brown eyes, you got black eyes, or you're heavily melanated, or you're light-skinned, or you live in the projects. That's what men say. And then sometimes we adopt the negativity, the negative things that men say. So let me try to help you here. Being delusional is probably a part of the process. I talk about the plan, the process, and the promise. Being delusional, thinking that you're going to get it quick, is a delusion. I want to tell you, take some weight off yourself. It's not bad to be delusional initially. Because being delusional is what gets us motivated to do that thing in the first place, to go this direction, to make a pivot, to make an adjustment, to make a correction. The delusion is the thing that gets us there, that puts us on the right path. But you got to recognize that maintaining that delusion is not the healthiest thing. You ever heard of the phrase, how do you eat an elephant? Now, first of all, most people don't want to eat elephants. We don't want to eat elephant meat. We just don't want to do it. We like the elephants, man. We heard how smart they are and we see them in the circus, which I don't necessarily agree with, but sometimes elephants, they're in the circus. But you eat an elephant one bite at a time, figuratively speaking. One day at a time. What do they say is the biggest way to achieve a goal? The most effective, efficient, and elegant way to achieve any goal or dream in your life is with the C word. Consistency. Every day you do that thing. I want to tell you something. I almost talked myself out of making this video because I said to myself, oh, I did some yesterday. Well, I want to change my financial position. I want to help people heal. My goal is to stop unhappy marriages from starting. And if I take a bunch of days off, then do I really want it? Do I? You can legally and ethically and morally challenge me on if I really want it. How bad do I want it? Delusion is not terrible. You just can't maintain it. You got to go at it consistently. So if your goal is to find your bride, to attract your freak, fun, and forever, fellas, ladies, to find your homie, lover, friend of the opposite sex, it ain't going to come just because you want it. A whole lot of people want it. But what are you going to do about it? And when it doesn't happen in your time frame, how are you going to make the adjustment and correction? I'm telling you how to make it. Remember that the delusion is what got you motivated. It puts you on the path to go after the goal, to go after the dream, to achieve the objective. It's the consistency that's going to put you into the promise. The promise is the fulfillment of the plan. The plan is to get the girl of your dreams, to get your boo thing, to marry the right wife the first time, to make $15,000 a month in your business, to stop viewing porn, to be kinder, to always be mindful of your response when somebody triggers you or pushes your buttons or gets up under your skin, to remind yourself that every day is a new day, to be mindful that you are a miracle. You are a walking, talking original. There is no one else like you. You are a one of a kind. You are a rare and precious gem. Nobody has your fingerprints. Out of all the millions of people that are living right now, and all the people who throughout humanity, the billions of people that have walked this earth, only you have your DNA. Only you have the fingerprints that God gave you. Only you. So you're going to make that pivot and you're going to make that adjustment and say, hey, all I have to do is take it one day at a time. I'm going to achieve it. And it's not a matter of time. It may take you 7 years. It may take you 17 years. It may take you 27 years before it manifests. But always remember this, and this is not from me, this is from Brother Myron Golden. If it doesn't work for you, then it's always working on you. Whenever you do good for yourself, you are by default doing good for other people. If that thing is not working for you, you're not getting it in the time frame in which you think you deserve it, it's not happening in your present economy, it's working on you. It's making you better. It's making you think with logic. It's allowing you to lead with your mindset instead of your money when it comes to attracting a girl into your life that you think may be out of your league, so you lead with money. But you learn leading with money is ain't gonna do nothing but leave me broke, busted and disgusted, stuck like Chuck in a pickup truck. A wandering, aimless generality instead of a meaningful specific. Dreams are delusional. Now I hope you know what that means. I created this episode for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to stop unhappy marriages from starting. Look, I will see you on the good side. Oh, and by the way, enjoy the song. Peace.
Yeah. You praying for a life you ain't prepared to hold, asking God for gold, but you still moving cold. Want a perfect woman, soft, submissive, fine, but you ain't built yourself into that kind of guy. You want favor, but you don't want discipline. You want blessings, but won't face what you dealing with. You calling it faith, but it's really escape. You avoiding the work, trying to shortcut faith. Belief ain't enough, that's delusional thinking. If you ain't evolving, then what are you building? God open doors, but you gotta be ready. Level up your life if you want something heavy. Belief ain't enough, that's delusional thinking. If you ain't evolving, then what are you building? God open doors, but you gotta be ready. Level up your life if you want something heavy. Gotta go hard, ain't no handouts here. Tears on the floor, yeah, I faced that fear. Had to break habits, had to shift my mind. Had to leave comfort just to find my grind. Late nights praying, early mornings working. Doubt in my chest, but I kept on searching. Every loss taught me how to reposition. Now I move smarter with a new precision. Belief ain't enough, that's delusional thinking. If you ain't evolving, then what are you building? God open doors, but you gotta be ready. Level up your life if you want something better. I done fell down, I done gave it up. Felt like quitting, like I had enough. But that fire inside never really died. It just waited for me to get back in line. Now I see clear, I ain't asking blind. I'm becoming the man I had in my mind. So when it come, I can keep what I prayed for. Cause I turned into everything I asked for. Enough, that's delusional thinking. If you ain't evolving, then what are you building? God open doors, but you gotta be ready. Level up your life if you want something heavy. It ain't just prayer, it's alignment too. It's the work you do when nobody views. It's the cuts, the scars, the internal fight. Turning pain into purpose, wrong into right. Belief without work, that's a fantasy. I became the man God planned for me. Now everything I want is changed.